Yeah, I'm in the booth. Don't shoot. Which I need some proof.
Introducing
Watch
the
my
2
videos, man.
racks a
2
week
racks a week.
challenge.
Ronnie Speed. Yeah, Ronnie Speed. Ronnie Speed. When I drive, I make
video, and then where you were just showing all your 2500. I said, okay, all right, I said I can get with that.
Introducing the 2 racks a week challenge.
Man, what's going on, people? Ronnie Speed coming back. Man, you know what time it is, man. Here we have another 2 racks a week challenge winner. His name is Maurice. Maurice, do a quick introduction. Let the audience know what market you driving in, how long you've been driving, and which platform you do most of your trips on.
Okay. So yeah, I'm Maurice. I'm in the LA market. I haven't been doing it this long. As far as the ride share, it's only been, this is my 4th week.
Okay.
So yeah, not too long. But I started out I was doing eats, and I started in April.
Okay.
But figured the math of it just wasn't working. So I switched to Uber. So it's strictly Uber. I have Lyft, but I haven't even messed with it yet.
Nice.
I've just been doing Uber.
Good. So you say you started you said April, right?
Yeah.
So were you doing just deliveries, like the Uber Eats deliveries right there, or
Strictly
prior
deliveries.
to April?
No, just so I started April, like April 4th.
Okay.
And I was just doing just Uber Eats, period. Because I was thinking, I thought I could make it work in terms of the dollar amount that I wanted to make. But you make good money, but it's limited, right? Because breakfast, lunch, dinner, that's it. It's not
right.
right. So yeah, so when I came across, he was like, oh dude, I like that. Getting up early, I'd get up early because I don't like the night stuff.
Right.
So I love getting up early, getting it done early, moving on. So I said, let me switch. So that's when I did.
Nice. Well, before we dig into like the questions, let the audience know how many hours did you do and how much money did you make to make the 2 racks?
So the first week I did it, I'm going off of memory now. I think active online was 75 hours is what I did. The second week that I hit it, it was like 50, but that one is kind of skewed because I got that stipend money.
Okay, I'm gonna pull it up to let the audience know. So the first screenshot you sent me was 75 hours, 31 minutes online total for $2,233. Before I show it, we got to get one in. Not too shabby. So for y'all, just there you go. You see it right there. These are his statistics, and he sent me one yesterday. And let's get to it. Oh, I can't open the one you sent me. But the one you sent me yesterday, that was like what, 23? Was it 22?
No, it was like 2,100.
Okay, 2,100. So you hit $2,000 back to back, man, which is pretty good, especially since you've been doing it only a short period of time. And first and foremost, how did you find out about the 2 racks a week challenge?
Well, as I was saying to you earlier, I was just looking at different videos. Most of the stuff that's out there, people are telling you, tips and tricks. Go after the surges, do this, do that. But I mean, nobody really compiled it together,
right?
As far as something that you could really make a serious living at, right? And then you just popped up in all my stuff that I was looking at. So I said, let me let me check the brother out.
Okay.
And so I checked it out, and it's like right off the bat, it's like, hey, it's friggin' different. It's like to the point. It's like, dude, do the work. Put in the time. That's. And it's like, shit, it makes sense. So,
Yes, sir.
so I started actually when I would Eats. I started putting in more time with Eats,
Mm-hmm.
but I started realizing that I had so much gap in between um, the online time and the active time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was like hours. So it's like, shit, I got a lot of downtime in the mix. So even if I'm putting in more hours, yes, I made more money, but it still didn't equate, right?
Right, right.
So anyway, that's kind of, so when it happened, as far as me just improving, I said, dude's telling the truth. He's just telling the truth. So just do it, right? So yeah, so I just came across it through it just popping up on my stuff, man.
Good, man. Well, I'm glad you have faith in my word, because a lot of people they see it, they think oh, he's full of shit, or maybe it's only, his market, and some people don't try it all, but a lot of people like, okay, I'm gonna see, if he's really telling the truth, because a lot of people are unaware. But shout out to you for getting out there, putting in the work, and seeing the results. Like, how did you even get into doing ride share in the first place? Like, what were you doing prior to you doing this?
So I actually just, I'm going to say retired. I was in the car business for 30 something years,
Mm-hmm.
selling cars, finance manager, blah, blah, blah. So making very good money, obviously, and just really fed up. And let me back up. Never liked the business. I did it for
Okay.
30 something years. The only thing I liked was the paycheck,
Okay.
right? But I mean, I just didn't like it. And it was getting really hard emotionally for me to just keep going. And at my age, I was just like, dude, I got to do something different. Now I had an online store, right? And so I decided that was doing okay. So I figured, let me put in the time and move the numbers. Well, dude, for 3 months I'm doing it. It's just not. I'm not. The needle's not moving fast enough. I mean, it's just. It is getting better, but not at a decent pace.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I gotta do something else quickly
Right.
before my money runs out, right? And so I said, let me try this thing. And so I started, and it's like, oh, well, this can work, but then how do I move the needle on the income?
Right. Right.
And then I tell you, the thing that inspired me was you did an interview with a group of guys, and one of them owned a strip club.
Yep. Shout out to Craig down there in Dallas. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And when he was talking about his lifestyle and this kind of stuff, it's like, first of all, I know this dude is used to making a hell of a lot more money, or coming across a lot more money than I did as a job, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
he's a business owner basically. And this dude is making the Uber work for him. It's like, shit, I can make it work too.
Right.
So that was actually was a pretty big inspiration, believe it or not.
Yeah, thank you, man. And I'm glad you watched that, because that's what it's all about, uplifting one another and showing people what is possible with the right attitude and the right mindset. Damn, man, that's powerful. So talk about, like, transitioning from the car business to driving full time. How did you go about like readapting your mindset as far as seeing this content? Now you driving, and I'm pretty sure some people, like family or friends, like, you about to what, drive, like, do
Oh yeah,
Uber?
oh yeah. And I got grown kids. I'm not a spring chicken. I'm not no young kid, right?
Okay.
So so literally, my three kids, which they're all grown, they're like, "What is dad doing?" Right? And is everything okay? A lot of literally those are the questions.
Hmm.
But listen, 30 years in the car business, not one day was I ever paid a salary, right?
Hmm.
So I have no fear of trying something. You know what I mean? So people talk, people who have been only on salaries, they have no idea what it's like to literally make your own money.
Yeah.
So that's what I've done. So I wasn't scared of that part of it. Let me tell you what made a big difference to me mentally, because I had issues even saying, hey, here's this big finance guy, suit and tie and all this shit, driving around
Mm-hmm.
people around LA. And I don't want to run into anybody.
Yeah.
um, uh, when I stopped thinking about it as a job and started thinking about it as a business, is when it all changed. Because as I looked into it even more, you realize there are opportunities for you to do things if you look at it as a business trying to build something from this.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So that was the biggest thing that affected how I felt and how I looked at it. And bottom line is, dude, in America, your average income is $50,000 a year. Come on, man. You can make that if that's all you want to make.
Right.
Put in 40 hours or so, right? But to make 100 grand, you're up there.
Mm-hmm.
In the high levels of income in society. So, man, it worked for me.
Yep. Man, I like the fact that you said you started, to treat it, as a business, because most people look at it, oh, you just driving a car around. Like, because even myself, sometimes, I ask passengers, how much money you think a Uber or Lyft driver can make? And the numbers that they say is ridiculous. Like, maybe like $500 or $600 a month. I'm like, what? Like, are you even doing math? And, you're supposed to be
right.
like educated college, but it's like, nah, man, like we grinding, and you do got to look at it as a business, and it gives you the opportunity to learn like new disciplines and pursue like things that you truly are passionate about. So why do you think people don't or have like a negative connotation, or viewpoint of this, like what, like
So so
driving?
so there's a couple things, but I think a lot of people, they're looking for the easy way, right?
Mm.
What's the easiest way for me to make six figures, right? I was actually watching a guy in an unrelated field, and he said,
Mm-hmm.
"Look, if you want to make easy money, get a job. It's the
Yeah.
easiest thing to do, right? It's the easiest money you'll ever get, um, but you'll never get anywhere, right?"
I like that.
So I think that's the type, because when you start sharing about put in the time, the 60, 70, 80 hours a week there. But look, dude, I've had business. Part of my 30 years in the business, I had a used car lot, right, for
Mm-hmm.
about 10 years. And let me tell you something, it ain't no 9 to 5, right? Because you have long hours at the store, I'm out at auctions, I'm dealing with banks, it's constant. So there's the perception that business is this glamorous,
Yep.
twiddle your thumbs type thing, and
Mm-hmm.
you got all the time and all the money and all this kind of stuff. That's not the reality unless you have inherited something that's
Right.
already in place, right? But if you're building something, it takes time. It takes effort. I don't care what it is. I don't care what level of income. It doesn't matter. It all takes an investment of time. So I think a lot of people get scared by having to put in the effort,
Yep.
right? Because
Mm-hmm.
it is. You want to stay home in the evening and watch movies, or
Yeah, it's a
or
yeah.
in
You
LA or out at the beach
yep,
every
doing whatever,
weekend.
partying,
Right,
beach. Yeah,
right, right,
yeah, and you 100% right. It does take effort, and it does take time to like truly build something. A lot of people, oh, I want to be my own boss, or start a
right,
business, but then like I think this is a pretty like easy entry, as long as you got a clean driving record, you have a
right.
car, and now they have programs where you can rent cars, and
Rent
if
the
you
stuff,
can't
right,
do something as simple, excuse, excuse me, as put the the time in to make guaranteed money, like you're gonna make, especially if in a hot market, you're gonna make the money. You have
right,
84 hours to drive to make money. So it's like if you can't do this, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, how can you do like any other business or start any other bit without putting in the
right,
work? You
right.
gotta
And
build it.
in a sense, it's an ideal business in that it's not something you're starting from scratch. You're just plugging in into a service that's already there.
Yep.
But you have the tax benefits, all the stuff of a business. But yeah, it takes work. It just, and again, there's no way to overemphasize it. A lot of people, I do believe, just think that you start your own business and you're living the high life.
Yep.
It ain't like that, man.
Right.
It's just I don't care what you do, it's not like that.
Yep. And I think the people, they see like successful business owners, and then like, oh, I want that lifestyle, but it may seem like they got success overnight, but that's more than likely not the case. A lot of people have been working at it for years, and they just, it may seem like, oh, damn, it happened overnight, but nope, they've been grinding,
Yeah.
and that's just how it is. Like, you got to put the time in, and if you don't want to put it in, then I don't know what to tell you.
Right. I mean, there's no simple, magic bullet, basically.
Right, right,
There's no replacing the time and effort that you put into it.
right.
And study. I'm gonna tell you this too.
Hmm.
Study and prepare.
Yep.
You can't, you know, something as simple as Uber. In terms of I've heard you say this, and it helped me too in thinking. It's a simple thing. It's not hard work.
Yeah.
Right. You literally just driving around, right? But there are some things that you need to know, right? How do you get to X amount of rides so you can hit your numbers?
Right.
Do you just want to take every ride that's out there? I mean, you know what I'm saying? There are little things,
Right.
and the more you also said something else too, which is absolutely 100% right. The more you do it, the better you get.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So you can't, oh man, I'm gonna jump in this week and I'm gonna make, $3,000. No, dude, that's not how it works.
Right, right. Yeah, for most people, it's not gonna it's gonna take a little time because
Right.
you have to override like all of like the mental
Right.
like
That's the big thing.
hardships
Yeah.
that you may potentially face. And a lot of people have
Right.
never came across that, because if you're working at a job, then if you got to be there at 8 a.m., more than likely you're gonna be there on
Right.
time or a little bit late. But if you're doing this, like there's nobody to hold
There's
you
nobody
accountable.
telling you. Right.
Nobody telling you.
Right.
So a lot of people will have to transition into like learning about themselves, learning like their strengths, their weaknesses, how to be disciplined, and how to sacrifice. And that's what it's truly about, man. Like it's just a tool.
Exactly. But
It's
just a little funny thing.
yeah,
So I do have somebody pushing me. So if it's after 5, I feel a tap on the shoulder as the wife saying, "What's good? What's up? You're not going."
that's good. That's good. Got accountability partner.
Yeah.
That's good.
I say, in the years past, you complain about how much I work, but now you're telling me, hey, let's go.
Yeah, yeah. That's awesome. I like to hear that. So, real quick, in your opinion, why do you think the 2 racks a week challenges is important?
So you remember when I mentioned about the average income in the US, right?
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere around 50-ish. 100,000, which is basically $2,000 a week,
Mm-hmm.
it's a magic number in a lot of people's mind. Oh, if I could just get to that number.
Yep.
When you put it out there, that's, hey, dude, this is possible, right? Then it just puts it in the realm of possibility. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's not something out there that, man, I got to work for years. I got to, kiss whoever,
Yep.
whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
To get to that level, it's like, dude, you just freaking put in the time, and you can be there. Now it's not easy, as I said, in terms of you're not just going to roll out, fall off the bed, and make $2,000.
Right, right.
Right. Because when you talk about the mind game, the mind process, it's, dude, when you're tired, when you've had a long day, when you've had some stupid people in your car, all those things work on you. You know what I mean? And you still got to get up and just like, dude, I got, time to make the bacon, or whatever they used to say, whatever they said, right? Oh, time to make the donuts. I had years ago with Dunkin' Donuts. The guys just every morning, it's time to make the donuts. You just repeat, and that's all it is. But like I said, yeah. So you just, again, back to the point. You just got to put it in, and it's possible. But it makes people's mind open, I think.
Yep.
To say, hey, because I've heard you talk to plenty of people that said, man, I didn't even know you could do that. But just saying, hey, I've done it. Here's people who've done it. You can do it. And then it's in the realm of possibility.
Yep.
And you have people who have never experienced that level. Dude, once you hit it, it's like it's just a different feeling.
Yep. You 100% right, and that's why it's very important because I think for most people it's life changing. Because I think most people,
Yeah,
they
yeah,
get complacent at a job and they stop trying or they do the bare minimum just to.
right,
It's like you don't get the same amount anyway, regardless
right,
if
right,
you work hard or not. Just got to do enough not to get fired. But
right,
this is a little different because now it's like it's all up to you. Now you challenging yourself, pushing yourself. Then if you give a damn, and it's like, damn, I could do better. Like I want to do
right,
better. And then
right.
if I see other people doing it, maybe I could do it too. Then, first like they'll try it. Okay, they did a lot better, but they came up a little bit short. And
Hmm.
like they do it the next time, and it's like, okay, now I'm capable of making 100,000 or getting close. And that's what it's really about, man. A lot of people try to discredit you and disqualify you and worry about gas and all this other stuff, but the
Hey,
habits and the behaviors is the most important thing, man. That is the
right,
most important thing because you
right.
showing yourself, you proving to yourself that you can do it.
Exactly. And once you do it, now it's not just a belief anymore, it's a reality.
Yep.
And you can experience it over and over. And then your mind starts to work ways, how can I do this better? How can I increase this, a little bit more here, a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
there? And it does open a lot of it's here though.
Yep.
Once you break that boundary, then you're good.
Yep. Then it's game time.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you 100% right, Maurice. Before we get up, give three. What do you think are like three characteristics that a driver should have?
So I think it's the same thing for anything. You got to be tenacious,
Mm.
right? You can't. Again, you get up, you're tired, whatever. You got to figure it out, dude. When I was tired, I was thinking, shit, all them young cats. That's what it is. They're young. They can just run around, stay up all night, whatever. Like
Mm-hmm.
shit, I had to figure out how to make it work for me, right?
Mm.
Because I know I had to put the time in. But being tenacious is one thing. Um, Having a plan,
Yep.
having a specific plan, not you know not just randomly. I'm gonna get up at this time. Okay, I'll just go later. Oh, have just like how on a job you have a schedule. That's your plan,
Yep.
right? Yeah, I'm going to work from this time to this time. Just commit to it, stick to it. Don't, it's slow. Oh man, I'm gonna shut it down at 1 o'clock. It ain't,
Mm-hmm.
whatever. Just you gotta just stick to your plan. So being tenacious, having a plan. Um, I don't know. Number three is just the fortitude to do it, the guts, the balls, the
Yeah.
courage, whatever you want to say. Because um, yeah, you're gonna have people look at you weird,
Yep.
like my kids do.
Once you showed them that you made $2,000, what did they say?
Well, I haven't.
Oh,
I
you
said
haven't.
something to my son, and I saw his eyes wide up. It's like what? But he didn't say nothing.
Yep. Yep.
So, but definitely, because of course, I'm showing my wife what's going
Mm-hmm.
on. So I'm showing her the thing. She's like, "What? Yeah, make sure you get up,
Yeah. Yeah.
get up and get out there."
Right. Once you showed your wife that you made over $2,000, like how did that moment feel like for both of you guys?
So I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal in terms of it's just something that like we did it type
Mm-hmm.
thing. My situation is different. Is that I'm used to making that kind of money,
Mm-hmm.
right? So to me, I couldn't go do something and do less.
Yeah.
I had to be at least where I was, and better is how I saw it,
Yeah.
right? So, but when I experienced that kind of money the very first time, it was just life changing, right? So I know that if I just, but just do it. But this time, the stress level, dude, you see, all my hair's gone. Shit, you have no idea the level of stress especially when you're in the management level, in a dealership dealing with millions of dollars worth of transactions that you're accountable for, right? And you got to be whatever. I mean, I made the money. Didn't even feel like I was working, man. I was tired. I'm not saying it was just this easy thing, but I swear to God, it didn't feel like I was working. It's just like, man, we did it. So it was just a moment of pride to say, hey, we stuck it out, we did it, and now we know.
Yeah, I like that, man. I'm glad you got to share that moment, with your wife. And I'm glad she was supportive, and who knows, maybe you'll show your children. They be like, damn, maybe I should drive for a little bit. If you making this, and maybe I have like a family battle or something.
Yeah.
Who knows, man.
We'll see.
Yeah. So before we get up out of here, you want to leave them with any last words of advice or wisdom or positivity?
Well, I think we've kind of covered it, and it's just more or less recapping the same sort of thing. I mean, if you want to do it, you just got to commit. And once you commit, make your plan, and then just work the plan. I mean, it's that simple, but it's not easy.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So yeah, that's my 2 cents, I guess.
Yes, sir. Like he said, it's that simple. It's very simple. You just got to put the time in and, just got to go after it, man. Don't be lazy. Don't listen to family, friends. Just do it for yourself and the experience for yourself.
For yourself, yeah.
Maurice, how old are you?
So I'm 59.
59 years old. So for all you 20-year-olds, early 30s, I don't want to hear about your, I'm tired or, my legs. He's 59 years old. He's still grinding. You've seen the screenshot, 75 hours. So I don't want to hear no excuses, man. Just get out there, get it done, reap the benefits. Come on the Zoom call, share your story. And, we're going to showcase the world, your talents and your capabilities, man. That's what this 2 racks a week challenge is all about, like I always say, man. But I want to thank you, again,
thank you, man,
for
for what
coming
you've
on.
done. Yeah.
It was a good call. You was dropping a lot of gems. And another winner, man. What can I say? But until next time, I holla back. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, Ronnie Speed. When I drive, I make 2 racks a week. Ronnie Speed. Yeah, Ronnie Speed. 60 hours, 2 racks a week. Ronnie Speed.